Hello. Attachment parenting, is it healthy? This is a question that is often asked. And I think the question is asked because attachment parenting as a parenting style is unusual. It goes against the grain within Western society. It's not how most people parent, and it's not how most people were raised themselves. And so we're we live in a culture where there is a rush to make babies and children independent and to be self-soothing and to not be reliant on the baby, and there is a real fear that they are going to be dependent forever if they aren't kind of rushed through these milestones. And when you think about it, this is a relatively new phenomenon. You know that this Western idea of it's babies being in a separate cot, in a separate room, away from the parents, and sleep training and feeding on a schedule and formula feeding and all these kinds of ideas. I mean, it's only within the last 50 to 100 years that people have been parenting in this way. But actually, when you look at it, within the same time frame, our mental health has not, there are so many mental health problems that people are experiencing right now within our society. The amounts of addiction issues and anxiety and depression and stress. We are definitely not more mentally healthy than we were previously, and I think there is a massive correlation between the way we are parented, particularly in the first 2 years of life, and our outcomes for our mental health later on in life. And research shows that there is a window of opportunity within the first 2 years for the brain in the developing infant to develop the neural pathways for empathy and emotional resilience and emotional well-being, and the way that those are promoted, the way that happens is through a really close, bonded, secure relationship with their primary caregiver. And if that is absent, then that gives rise to these mental health difficulties in later life. And so the methods that are used in attachment parenting, the breastfeeding, the sleeping with your child, the responsiveness. It's all about the responsiveness. It's the keeping your child close to you so that they feel secure, so that they feel close to you, because this is what they need. These are the conditions. This is the environment they need in order to thrive both physically, psychologically, and emotionally as well. And so the question of whether attachment parenting is healthy, I think it's the most healthy. I think it's the most natural possible way that we could be parenting. And I think the fear that comes in is when you see an older child who's still breastfeeding or is still sleeping in their parents' bed, and it's like, oh my God, this is so unnatural. This shouldn't be happening. But this is just an idea. This is an idea about how things should be. And I don't think, the research doesn't show that, that it's an unhealthy way to be. Far from it. It is actually promoting both physical and emotional well-being. So, yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's a natural way. It's an absolutely natural way to parent. It's the way we have always parented parented up until really, really recently. It's the way our ancestors parented. You know, they kept their babies close to them. You know, they wore them, and indigenous tribes do the same today. You know, they carry their babies on their backs. They whip their boob out and feed them when they're hungry, and you know, there isn't any question of doing it any other way. And it's, for me, it's a very natural, very healthy way to parent. I probably will expand on this at a later date. I will make another video and I'll dip into these ideas a bit deeper, but I just wanted to do a bit of an introductory video on this topic. So if you want to see more of my videos, hear more from me, there is a link below to my email list, and there, so you can subscribe to that to hear about more of what I'm getting up to. And there is also a link to a free PDF, which is called Attachment Parenting: What I Wish I'd Known and Nobody Told Me, which is about my own parenting journey, attachment parenting journey, and it's got a lot of tips and advice in there. So that's all from me for now. Bye.